Hello and welcome to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. I am your host, Ryan Gilbert. Joining me, as always, is my co-host, Joel Meyer. Joel, how are we doing tonight?
Fairly well. Beautiful day here, nice and cold. Still haven't had a single inch of snow that I've seen so far in this fine city, which is fine by me. I hate that shit because it just turns to slush because it'll just rain the next day. But anyway, enough about the weather. How about those Packers? Oh, it's the best day of the Bears fan season is watching the Packers lose in the playoffs every year. Obviously they've been far more successful than the Bears over the past 30 years, but they still fail to get it done far more often than not. So yeah, that was great seeing the Packers lose to your Philly Flyers, or Philly Eagles rather. And that was the highlights. Ohio State, of course, winning on Friday was excellent. Hopefully they can get it done against Smitty's Irish on Monday. Yeah, but it's been a pretty slow roll in hockey lately, but I'm doing well. Overall. How about you?
Good, yeah. You said the Birds, big win. I mean, it was a close game. The Packers definitely could have had a chance if they had a few of their starting receivers. So a lot of people in Philly counting out the Rams already, but I don't know how the Eagles are going to handle their top receivers there. I know they already ran them over once this season with Barkley getting like 250 yards, but should be a good game there this weekend. Could be snow for that game for this weekend. To speak of the weather, looks like a 60% chance of snow on Sunday, so could get a big Barkley game there. We'll have to wait and see.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good. The LA team has got to be really heating up down there, and I don't know if they're used to the cold elements when their city's on fire. But should joke about that. But the point is, nice snow game for a Southern team. I like your chances.
Yeah, I think, and by the way, 6-point favorites. So I mean, which is the second smallest favorite because there's two teams that are like 8.5-point favorites, and then the Bills are, I think, 1-point underdogs now at home. But yeah, football. Yeah, football is good this weekend. Hockey, we'll get into our puck buck bets. Not too good, but I was at the Flyers game both on Saturday, the Cutter Gauthier game, and then on Monday night, the big comeback against the Cats there. Noah Cates showing what he can do. So things are going well for the Flyers. Maybe not too well for hockey here, but we will get into it. All right, here, top of the show, make sure you are subscribed to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, on YouTube. We got over that 600 mark on subscribers. I think we got 603 now. So shout out everyone there. Also get in the Discord, sg.pn/Discord, and follow us on Twitter at Hockey SGPN. And of course, get the SGPN app for easy, instant access to all of our free picks and podcasts. But yeah, we didn't record Monday. I was at the games. Let's go back to our puck buck bets from Saturday. Joel, can you go first here? Save me from having to go over let's just go overall. I'm 2-8, down 158. You were 3-7, down 81 there.
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't watch a single second of these games live. I stayed up way too late on Friday night, and my phone died. It wasn't on my charger properly, so the alarm didn't go off. I woke up like way too late, so I missed all this action. But I did watch some highlights, and I do have a bit of knowledge about what happened. So started off well. The early game with the Bruins and the Panthers. The Bruins plus 154. I got lucky here because Swayman apparently is a goalie again. He totally stood on his head in this one. Panthers were far the better team, and we required some luck in the end with like a few seconds left in overtime. The Bruins got a deflection to win it there, but the Panthers also got a very late goal to send it to overtime. So yeah, still a lucky result with Swayman getting me these dollars. Then we had the Sabres once again. They've blown a multiple goal lead to the what was it, the Kraken. Yeah, they had a 2-0 lead, and then the managed to lose 6-2. That was bad. Penguins. They played
That was the Sens. That was the shutout for the whatever goalie the Sens started.
was it Melaninen.
Yeah, I think he has 2 or 3 now.
Pigmentation. Yeah, he's pretty damn good. But yeah, Penguins not really in this one. Lightning overtime loss to the Devils. Okay, that was a pretty fair game. I'm okay with that plus 130 price there. Edmonton puck line, like they were losing for the majority of the game. They came back, and then they took the lead late, and I thought that maybe they'd get an empty net goal, but unfortunately, no, stayed at 4-3 final. So the parlays cashed. I had Edmonton moneyline parlay with a bunch of stuff, but unfortunately, they couldn't get the empty netter, and yeah, so we'll take that L. Flyers, oh yeah, the easiest bet of the weekend. 6-0 win. The fuck you Cutter chants were fucking awesome. Love the Philly fans. All over the Ducks. Great performance by the Flyers. Regulation there was nice. Should have done your puck line as well. Dallas puck line, not so well. They did win in a shootout against the Canadiens, but obviously that means our -1.5 loses. The Avalanche totally shut out by Hellebuck. I didn't even watch the highlights of this one. I couldn't tell you anything about it. But yeah, 3-0 for the Jets. Nashville got totally stormed by the Capitals, who are just on fucking fire right now in the lead in the President's Trophy race, unfortunately. So Preds lose there. And the Islanders, they came through for me. My Isles as even money underdogs to the Coyotes. That was a fairly comfortable win, I'm pretty sure. But don't quote me on that. But yeah, not a good day.
Yeah, that was a 2-1 come from behind win there for the Isles. Looks like they scored twice in the third.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Final 90 seconds.
Far from comfortable.
And yeah, and Capitals. I mean, they got outshot 33-16, but won that one 4-1 there with Ovi getting the empty netter. I had a lot of those similar bets. Penguins sends over 6.5. It was 4-0 early in the second period. I was like, all right, it's going to go over, but Penguins going to get one. Senators only got one more, so that lost. Edmonton puck line, that lost. Tampa Bay, tough loss there. Blue Jackets Blues over 6.5. That was a 2-1 game there for the Jackets. Flyers puck line, easy win there. Went 50 on that. Toronto puck line, Vancouver stuck in Carolina, had to stay overnight in Carolina.
Yeah.
I thought, and they were ready to go. They were ready to go there in Toronto. Got the 3-0 win. Avalanche had a 50 on that as well against their at Winnipeg. I think it was a back-to-back for Winnipeg, but it was Hellebuck in that after Comrie started Friday. So that was a loss. Vegas on the money line against the Rangers. Shesterkin's back, so I guess 2-1 loss there. And then the Wild puck line just squeaked it out 3-1 there. So
that was an empty netter, right?
No, I believe that was an empty netter. It doesn't say empty net, but it was like with a minute left. So yeah. Must have been something going on there. So yeah, just 2 wins for me. Went a little bit too big and down on there. So hopefully got to bounce back here, of course, as we always do on this 13 game slate on Thursday, I believe. But yeah, 12, 13, same 13 here on NHL.com, unless we got some sort of postponement. But yeah, the atmosphere at the Farg on Saturday night was amazing. Check out the Broad Street Hockey podcast for more on that if you want to hear me go on about that. It's a few days in the rearview mirror now, so not gonna do that. All right, Joel, any futures talk here before we get into the slate?
Well, we could do it now, I guess. We can update on the awards. Stuff is happening. Looks like Draisaitl is running away with the Hart lately. Could be worth the bet there. I mean, Hellebuck, his odds have crashed as well with how well he's playing. I was glad to see the Canucks at least score 1 goal on him last night. I don't want him to get any more shutouts because, yeah, him winning the Hart would not be good, both for my bankroll and for my, reputation, because I don't think that a goalie can win the Hart anytime soon. So I'm definitely not backing Hellebuck to win the Hart. And what else is there? The Calder.
The Calder's heating up, yeah.
With Lane Hudson, 32 assists now with 3 assists last night against the Coyotes. And I still think that Celebrini's gonna win the thing. But interesting that Lane Hudson has emerged as a with how well the Habs are playing these days, and they certainly have a better chance to make the playoffs than the Sharks do. So that'll be interesting to follow. I'm fine with either of those results. I honestly have more in Celebrini now, but Lane Hudson would be just fine with me.
Especially if that gets St. Louis in the Jack Adams conversation too. I don't know if it's too little too late for him or if Carberry has it locked up, but
well,
so
like
Carberry's
I said,
like -500, which is insane.
yeah, the Capitals are a fucking wagon. They're, like I said, they're in the lead in the entire standings. So they need to have a real dark spell for him to lose, and it can happen. Like Tocchet looked like a lock for a while, then the Canucks struggled, and eventually they pulled out the division win. But for a bit there, a few weeks, it looked like Burnett might have been able to steal it. So it's still possible for him to fall, but Carberry looks like it's almost a guaranteed thing. But the Jack Adams is very volatile, so there's still potential for a threat. Like if the Habs keep this up, like if you look at their numbers, they're actually playing really well. So they're not, the results are not fluky. So there's absolutely a chance for Martin St. Louis, especially considering the market that he's in.
Yeah, how about the Norris? Just put up the odds here. Got Cale Makar +140, Quinn Hughes +145, and Zach Werenski. Big game last night against the Flyers, down to a +350.
He almost had a hat trick too. I saw in overtime.
Yeah.
He had a
overtime
nice
breakaway.
break there. Yeah. So yeah, he definitely has a chance now. Like he leads the defenseman in scoring in terms of the goals, but without making the playoffs, I don't think that he has a chance against.
They're in a playoff spot right now. They're in a playoff spot. Shout out Bull Jacks.
I don't know if they'll hold on to it, but we'll see. I still think that Hughes is the favorite. I mean, I shouldn't say still think that, because last time it looked like Makar was running away with it. But yeah, we could talk about the heart. Like Hughes is getting major heart love lately. It's not just Vancouver media who are pumping him up now. It's national media in Canada who are pumping up Makar for the heart. So that makes sense that he has fallen.
Hughes for the heart, not Makar.
Yeah, I mean Quinn Hughes, yeah, for sure. So yeah, I think that he should be favored now for the Norris as well, because he's ahead of him in terms of the heart odds. Makar's 100-1 to win the heart, but he's favored to win the Norris. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Yeah. So yeah, I mean Makar, like he lived on an early pace, like he was breaking away, he was scoring tons of points, and but now he's totally fallen off in terms of production, and his defensive game has fallen off as well, and his plus minus is not good. And Quinn Hughes is getting like this respect that like when he's not on the ice, the Canucks are terrible. Like Denver Nuggets without Jokic, terrible. Like that's the direct comparison. With Jokic on the court with the Nuggets, they're like one of the best teams in the league. When he's off the court, they're one of the worst. And it's the same thing with the Canucks right now with Hughes. The way he's playing. So I definitely like Hughes' futures there. 20-1 still for the heart. I don't hate that at all. But yeah, Draisaitl is totally outplaying Connor McDavid, and he's being appreciated for that. So it makes sense to me that he's the favorite. I would just stay away from Hellebuck there. I'm going to die on that hill.
Yeah, I don't think a goalie can win the heart. I really just don't think so. I really don't think a defenseman can either, especially in today's NHL where you have so many skaters. Like you got McKinnon at 70 points, Draisaitl 64, 5 guys with 60 or more points. I think Marner probably deserves more credit. I'm surprised he hasn't gotten talked up yet. He's still 100-1. Don't think he'll win it, but I think that's a bit too long. Kyle Connor had a natural hat trick last night. He's coming up to 59 points. Like that's why I just don't think Quinn Hughes. Like I know you're saying there's so much impact he has when he's off the ice, but I don't know how much the voters are going to like look at that and factor that in.
I know 2 voters who say that he's at the top of their ballot for the heart. So
is that Thomas Trance and
of course Justin Bourne is the other one. He's a Toronto guy. Yeah, of course they just watched the Vancouver Canucks beat the Maple Leafs. That was a great result. I mean, I said on the podcast that I'd wait until like the last possible minute bet the Canucks, but of course I fucking slept the whole day, so I couldn't do that. I couldn't cash in on that Canucks win. But yeah, there was so much attention over the Canucks getting in late to Toronto after the snowstorm or whatever it was in Raleigh. Mm-hmm. Like they only had like 4 hours before the game before they showed up, and everybody was betting the Leafs. It was a great spot to bet the Canucks, but sadly, I'm a fucking degenerate and just slept right through it.
You also got Dom Lashushkin from the Athletic. He gets a vote. He's been pumping the Quinn Hughes train. That's 3. That's 3.
How did you say his name?
Well, people call him. I said like Lachushkin or something. People call him Loose Chicken. I don't know how to fucking pronounce it.
Lushizin, I think.
Lushizin. That makes sense.
There's no B. Yeah. I know that much.
There's no B. No, I'm looking at his ballots from 2022 here, so I can't really compare it because it's don't know why that pulled that up, but
His
whatever.
net rating has Draisaitl first, Hughes second, McCarr third. That's in terms of their impact to the team.
Yeah.
So
I don't think anyone with like Draisaitl, McDavid, McKinnon, Rantanen, McCarr even in there. Like I don't think those guys should. They should be in the conversation, but I don't think they should get over like Kucherov or Quinn Hughes. You know, with everything going on with JT Miller and Pettersson missing time, like Quinn Hughes is clearly the guy there in Vancouver.
For sure, but the Canucks got to pull together. We'll get into that because they play the Kings, as we'll talk about.
Yes. Right then. Before we do that, we are brought to you by DraftKings. Playoffs. We're talking about playoffs. You bet we are. Get in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Scoring touchdowns is key to winning in the playoffs, and you can score big by betting on them at DraftKings, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. Ready to place your first bet? Try betting on something simple like a player to score 6. Go to DraftKings Sportsbook app and make your pick. You can get Saquon Barkley to score on Sunday against the Rams right now at -170. We'll be all over that. New DraftKings customers can bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SGP. That's code SGP for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hole Casino and Resort, Kansas. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. All right, Joel, ready to get into this 13-game slate for Thursday, January 16th.
Yes, sir.
All right, kicking this off here at 7 p.m. We got the Anaheim Ducks +245 at the Tampa Bay Lightning -305. Lightning on the puck line are -115. Under 6.5, -125. Over 6.5, +105. Start us off.
Sure, yeah. The Ducks, after that strong northern swing there, they got a few results, maybe unwarranted, but since then they've showed their true colors and not playing well. They're second worst in terms of expected goals for percentage. And Lightning have been a bit unlucky lately. I thought that they were a far superior team against the Bruins last night, but Swayman, once again, he's turned into the Swayman of old finally, and the Bruins are finally winning games because of their goaltending. But the Lightning double them in shots. They had all the chances, and they deserved a better result than the 6-2 final. Of course, that's because the Lightning just keep pulling the goalie. Even though they're down 3, they'll still pull the goalie. They were the better team in that one. Coming back home, not a Malinsky thing. Only 3 games on that road trip. I bet a lot of stuff this slate. So we got some good stuff here. I bet the Lightning -1.5. I think they just roll the Ducks. Ducks are shit. Lightning are actually a pretty good team. Total, nothing here. Under, I guess, if I had to, but the Ducks offense is really pitiful. So I would only lean that way. But the Ducks team total under if you want to play anything total related. But Lightning -1.5 is my only bet.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there. That the Ducks did somehow upset the Hurricanes in Carolina as +400 favorites. I think
that's the biggest upset of the season, right?
I saw, Canes were the biggest favorite of the season. Lost that one 3-2 in overtime. My boy Cutter Goethe.
Sundays, man. Sundays are for dogs.
Sundays are for dogs. Yeah, Cutter Goethe getting the OT winner there, but then they went to Washington, lost 3-0. Before that, lost 6-0 to the Flyers, 6-2 to St. Louis here. So they go down big and they lose big. Tampa Bay gonna want to bounce back from that loss in Boston. Outshot him 45-22. Yeah, Swayman just stood on his head there. I guess the recent wins 5-2 over Pittsburgh, 4-1 over Boston before that, 3-2 against Carolina. But I think they pull away here. -115, I think, is going to end up being a great number. That will probably get up to -130 or higher. We'll probably play it up to -130. But Lightning puck line, maybe like you said, Ducks team total under because they have not been scoring whatsoever. As long as it is Vasilevsky, who he got a night off a few nights ago for the back-to-back, so it should be him here at home.
I really like the Jets tomorrow too, so I did play a Lightning moneyline parlay with that. As I think the Jets price is pretty good.
I do like the Jets as well. We'll get to them in a little bit. All right, down to 7 p.m. here. I got the San Jose Sharks plus 145 at the Columbus Blue Jackets minus 175. Over and unders at 6.5, both paying off minus 110 here. Columbus coming off a big come from behind shootout win over the Flyers 3-2. I expected a lot of goals in that one with Fedotov against Tarasov, but 2-2 game into overtime there. San Jose coming off a big unexpected win there in Detroit. Detroit was fairly big favorites there. I had them on the puck line, so that was a loss there for me. Yeah, San Jose, it seems they can put together like good games here and there, but you never know when they're going to show up. And Columbus at home, 15-5-3. They won 5 in a row, 6 of their past 7 against some pretty good teams here. So yeah, I think Columbus here, minus 175 is a bit juicy for them, but like you can't just be thinking about the Columbus Blue Jackets that how they came into the year. Like this is a different team than what expected. Werenski's been great. Marchenko's been great for them. So even without Monahan, he's been out for a bit now. I think they could have done here. I'd eat the juice minus 175, maybe a puck line at plus 140 or a Blue Jackets money line parlayed with the over because I do see a high scoring game here, but I'll probably just go with Columbus on the money line.
Yeah, I don't really have anything for the side. It's just too juicy there for the Blue Jackets. I don't really trust them as big favorites. I like them as underdogs, home underdogs. They've been performing well in that respect. But I do like the total. I like over 6.5. We do see some goals here. Both defenses have been pretty shaky. Goaltending very up and down. And the Sharks, while their offense, it's not great, but it's still spicy. And that the power play has been clicking lately. Celebrini, of course, another couple of assists in the last one against the Red Wings, playing really well. And the Blue Jackets, we know about their offense, has been very good, relatively speaking. Anyway, so over 6.5 is my only bet in this one.
All right, going down to 7 p.m. Again, got the Detroit Red Wings plus 190 at the Florida Panthers minus 230. Panthers on the puck line are plus 120. Over 5.5 minus 122. Under 5.5 plus 102. Joel, back to you.
How long was the Panthers road? That couldn't have been that long because they played the Bruins at home on Saturday. So
it was they played the Bruins at home, but then they were back-to-back in Philly and New Jersey.
So third game in 4 nights here. Not great. Red Wings have had a little bit more time off. Coming off that loss to the Sharks, I don't like backing the Red Wings a lot, but you know what? They've turned their season around. I know it's unsustainable what they're doing on the power play and the penalty kill. They're like close to 50% in terms of their power play conversions since McClellan has taken over the job there. But I think it's just a big number here, plus 190. You can find a lot better than that. But even at this price, I'm taking the Red Wings. Panthers been a bit inconsistent lately. Middle of the season kind of thing. Almost we're getting close to the dog days. I know it's a divisional game technically, but there's no real rivalry here. So give me the Red Wings plus 190. I think that they should be shorter than that. They've just been playing really well. They've only 2 losses since McClellan has taken over. They're playing a lot better than they were under Lalonde. So, I like that big dog price. And the total is, I hate these fucking DraftKings prices with these juicy totals. Like, why can't we just get fucking straight? Minus 110, minus 115s, not something north of minus 120. But anyway, over 5.5, I guess, with the way the Red Wings offense is clicking. But this is not a total that I bet. Just give me the road dog here.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there. I've bet the Red Wings here at close to 2-1. Love that. Plus 190 here. Coming off a bad loss against the Sharks, which I'm realizing now Ville Husso started in that one. So goaltenders do matter for the Red Wings. That was his first start in a month. He allowed 5 goals there.
Hopefully it was last. Well, actually, no, not for our sake because fuck the Red Wings. But he's terrible.
Yeah, hopefully for this one, it's either Talbot or Lyon. Both of those save percentages are over 900. They've been solid for them there. So not really sure why Husso even got a game in there. Alex Lyon is day to day.
It's the Sharks. Why a pity play. I don't know. They must be beloved in that locker room or by management or something.
Yeah, apparently Alex Lyon is traveling on the road trip. So hopefully it's either him or Talbot here, both former Flyers legends for the Red Wings. And plus 190, just way too big here. Coming off a bad loss. Tom McClellan was not happy after that one, and they've been playing great under him. We'll see how long that lasts. And yeah, as you mentioned, third game in 4 nights for the Panthers. Some heavy teams there against the Flyers, at the Devils, went to a shootout. So yeah, not a good spot for them. So yeah, Red Wings plus 190. I like that. Total, I would look to the over, but I'm not going to be touching that here. All right, down to 7 p.m. Again, we got the New Jersey Devils minus 118 at the Toronto Maple Leafs minus 102. Over 5.5 minus 118. Under 5.5 minus 102 as well here. We got Sheldon Keefe's return to Toronto here. We did have the Devils hosting Toronto twice in October and December. Toronto won both of those 4-2 and then 2-1 in overtime. Leafs have not been good recently, though. 3 straight losses, 6-3 in Carolina, 3-0 to Vancouver, 4-1 to Dallas there. They got booed off the ice. Berube said he understands it. Tavares left practice today. Not sure if he played last night. I'm assuming he did because I would have
he did.
heard about that. Devils been playing a bunch of low-scoring games here. 2-1, 3-2, 3-2, bunch of 3-2 games, 3-0. So kind of like the under 5.5 here at only minus 102. I know we're seeing a lot of low totals. I know totals have been hitting at a pretty high rate this season, especially recently. So I like the under 5.5 here, minus 102 as my favorite play. Also might have to look to the Devils here. They're going to be getting up for their coach here. They've got him points in 4 straight now, alternating wins and losses after a tough road trip there, going back on the road now. So bet the under and look the Devils' way here.
Totally agree with all of that. He stole most of my points there. The last game that the Devils played the Leafs, I remember bitching about this one. Devils thoroughly outplayed them. Had a lot of money on the Devils in that one and deserved a better result with the Leafs scoring that shorthanded goal. Total fucking fluke. And then even in overtime, they were totally outplayed. But the Devils were far better team in that one, and I think that they'll be a better team here. So minus 118, I think, is a good price to back New Jersey and the under 5.5 for a lot of the reasons you said. Leafs just really struggled to generate offense, and the Devils' defense has come worlds apart since the departure of Lindy Ruff. Sheldon Keefe is instilled a proper defensive culture there, good defensive environments, and goaltending has been far better, of course, with Jacob Markstrom. So under 5.5 is looking pretty good to me. Yeah, Leafs offense is really pitiful these days. I mean, Matthews is still struggling. Marner's cooled down. Nylander has been a scapegoat there in Toronto. He hasn't scored in a long time either. So, yeah, I like the Devils here, and I like the under, just like you.
All right, going down to 7 p.m. Again, got the Washington Capitals at the Ottawa Senators. Game is in Ottawa. We got to pick them. Both teams at minus 110. Over 5.5, minus 118. Under 5.5, minus 102. Joel, take this one.
Another underlook. Both goalies playing well. That melanin pigment, melanin, whatever, that fucking fin there's come in for Ullmark has been playing really well. And the Capitals, of course, outstanding goalies, especially Logan Thompson. So the under 5.5 is a decent look there. The Senators, of course, not the Senators of years past. They have a strong defensive structure. Same thing with the Capitals, with Spencer Carby coming in. And yeah, Capitals, I think, are just the real fucking deal now. So I would take them, if anything, minus 110 here. I think that they're the better team. So even on the road, I think that's a good price. But yeah, I think this is another low event game. The Capitals winning this like 3-2, something like that.
Yeah, I can't really disagree with any of that. If I had to take a pick, it would be the Capitals. I know that the Sens seem to have kind of settled down a bit now that they've gotten back home after the 4-0 shutout loss to the Sabres. They've won 3 in a row, including 2 road shutouts at Pittsburgh and at the Islanders. Capitals, of course, playing well. I'm assuming it'll be Logan Thompson. He's been insane for the Caps this season. So under 5.5, minus 102.
Not picked by Team Canada.
Not picked by Team Canada,
No.
of course. Who are there 3? Is Montembeau on there?
Yeah, Montembeau, Aiden Hill, and who's the other one? Bennington.
Yeah, it's interesting choices. Maybe someone will come up with an injury before then. They can get Thompson in there. But yeah, only way you can look in this game, I think, is the under and the Capitals. Caps are just fine on the road, 14-6-1, as opposed to 15-4-4 at home. Sens slightly better at home, 11-7-1, 11-11-2 on the road. But yeah, I just think the Caps, I mean, they're leading the league. You mentioned it multiple times now, which is because it's so surprising to see them. So, yeah, Caps only -110. I think you might have to end up betting that as well as the under. Both of these teams are heavy under teams. So, yeah, I agree with you on both points there. Right, we are brought to you by Underdog. Underdog Pick'em has one of the biggest menus for all sports. Underdog is always making it easier to win with profit boosts and gimme pick'ems. NFL, college football, college basketball, MMA, NBA, NASCAR, and more. You can now use specials and boosts on all flexed entries. So sign up with promo code HGP to claim your special pick and first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code HGP. All right, down here to 7:30. We got the Philadelphia Flyers +120 at the New York Islanders -142. Over 5.5 -120. Under 5.5 +100 here. These Flyers Isles games are always boring as hell. I mean, haven't played yet this season. They play 3 times in the next few weeks here. Flyers got a lot of division games in the next few weeks leading up to the Four Nations break. Islanders coming off a 2-0 loss to the Sens there at home. Flyers had a tough back-to-back in Columbus. Going to be their third game in 4 nights now, but I mean, they're still playing well at 5-on-5, and most importantly, Fedotov has looked decent as a backup, and Sam Ersson has done well enough to keep them in games since returning from his injuries. So only way I can look here is to my Flyers +120. Not sure if I'll pull the trigger on this one. I haven't bet anything in this game yet, but I would look to the Flyers and also the under. Just should be a very low-scoring game, low-event game. It's just how the Islanders like to play. It's how the Islanders have to win because they don't really have much offense here. So the best bet for this one would be the under, but also like the Flyers as well.
Do you know what's going on with the Islanders goaltending lately? I know Varlamov is out. I see Hogberg is the projected starter. But
Hogberg started back-to-back games for some reason.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Are Sorokin and Varlamov both out?
Let me do a quick. Let me do a quick Google here.
Yeah, we should know this stuff, but who cares about the Owls? The most boring team in the
league. He was sick. He returned to practice on Monday. Okay, he didn't play last night.
Okay, so Sorokin should start, but regardless, could still be feeling some effects. But yeah, I do like your Flyers here as a decent dogs +120. We talk about their surprising underlying numbers, and it started to turn in some results, particularly in that blowout win over the Ducks. So yeah, Islanders, you can't trust them here. Coming back from the road trip, I like the Flyers here +120 quite a bit. The under 5.5, yeah, even money. We're liking a lot of unders so far, so maybe look to the under in the salami. That's been cashing fairly regularly lately, to my chagrin. But yeah, the Flyers for sure. Under 5.5 would just be a nudge.
Yeah, go for that Slim Jim on Thursday.
Yeah, the Slim Jim.
All right, down to 8 p.m. here. I got the Montreal Canadiens +200 at the Dallas Stars -245. Stars puck line is +110. Over 5.5 -120. Under 5.5 +100. Joel, you like the big favorite or the big dog here?
Big dog, man. We got a Malinsky special here. Stars coming back from a Canadian road trip. Just played the Leafs on Tuesday. So excellent spot for the Habs. I know they're just coming off a nice win over Utah. But you know what? The Habs have been fucking crushing everybody. All the best teams in the league. This is supposed to be a brutal stretch for them. They play they played the Panthers, the Lightning, the Avalanche. They played the Stars just a little bit ago and almost won that one, even on a back-to-back. And they put the Avalanche on a back-to-back as well. I mean, the only team they fucking lost to were the Blackhawks for some reason, but even that one they outplayed them. So I love the Habs here. Stars come back from that road trip, 2-1 underdogs, quite like that. And it's not like their performance and the results have not been noisy. It's not been fraudulent. They're top 10 in terms of expected goals, 4% in terms of Corsi. Stars also in top 10, of course, but they're -245. So I don't want any part of that. I like the big underdog here at 2-1. Habs keep it rolling. I think that this is another close game. And if we get to overtime, we're looking pretty good with our big price in our pockets. Total, again, Habs playing a lot better defensively. Like, they were the worst team defensively in the first month of the season, but they've totally turned that around, getting better goaltending as well from Montembeault and this new guy, Probus, but should be Sammy and net. Down to 5.5, looking pretty good, but my only bet so far is the Another road dog here at 2-1. I love it. Ale.
Yeah, I co-sign all of that. This is why we need a third voice. We need someone here to come in and give us a reason to not take the Habs here. But I mean, same thing with the Red Wings. You mentioned the Malinsky special, so I like it even more. But Red Wings, Habs, both around 2-1 underdogs. Like, bet them both. Hopefully they both don't lose. Hopefully they both win. But yeah, Habs have played a lot of overtime games too. So maybe
You know what we should do? We should do a round robin underdog parlay. We'll find another dog to at least get 3 teams in.
That sounds good with me. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, both of these teams gone to overtime a lot recently. Montreal 4 straight before their last one. Dallas 3 of their past 6, 4 of their past 10. So maybe take the draw here as well. Maybe a 2-2 correct score if you want to throw that one out there with both of these teams playing well defensively. Draws plus 370. That seems kind of insane for me. So don't hate that whatsoever. Yeah, Habs playing extremely well. Patrick Laine had a great goal the other night. Lane Hudson's been insane recently. Been talking about him. Caulfield. I think they're pretty healthy now too. You just have Reinbacher out for this season, and Heineman is out. See, Rupe Hintz is day to day with
he left the game.
Upper body injury.
Early in the first period. To least it was I think it was something to do with his head. I think he had like cheekbone or something like
that. So yeah, might see him out for this one. They're already without Sagan and Marchment, of course. Almost had Marchessault there. But yeah, so yeah, Habs here, 2-1. You can currently still get plus 210 at some other books if you shop around. So like that quite a bit here. And not playing a total, but I would play the under if I had to. All right, down to 8 o'clock again here. Got the Seattle Kraken plus 180 at the Winnipeg Jets minus 218. Over 5.5 minus 118. Under 5.5 minus 102. You already said you like the Jets a lot. You got them in a parlay. I like them quite a bit here as well. Minus 218. I'll probably be putting them in a parlay along with you. I got a boost on DraftKings. Our good friends here. Minimum leg is minus 250. So this should hopefully stay under minus 250. But by the time I put that in, they're as high as minus 225 right now. Minus 210 at the lowest here. 17-4-3 at home. Hellebuck's been insane. They've won 3 of their past 4. Won 2 straight, outscoring Colorado and Vancouver 9-1. Seattle, long road trip here. Been alternating wins and losses. 1 in Pittsburgh, despite getting outshot 33-18 here. But yeah, Seattle 10-13 on the road. The cord is back, so that gives you some pause. But got to go Jets here. Not quite taking the puck line, but parlay piece. Puck line plus 120 though. Like looking at their wins, like they do tend to win by margin 6-1, 3-0, 5-2, 3-0, 4-2, 5-2. And Seattle has some big losses there as well. So don't hate the puck line, but I will be taking them in a parlay.
Totally agree. Once again, I mentioned earlier how much I like the Jets here, minus 218. I think it's pretty good. Kraken are playing like one of the worst teams in the league. I know they're getting a couple wins lately, but like you said, even when they're winning, they're getting outplayed. So love the Jets. They're playing like a great team right now. I know we keep expecting them to fall off, and they have a little bit here and there. But yeah, against the Kraken, I don't think that they'll put much of a fight. Maybe it's like a letdown after the Jets just fucking crushed Vancouver 6-1, but I don't expect that. This is a well-run team, disciplined. And maybe they do have something on their mind, like how terribly they played in the second half of seasons the last 2 years. So maybe they're a little bit more vigilant against it. So yeah, Jets here at home, good home team, one of the best defensive teams in the league, if not the best, with the best goalie in the league. So yeah, I love the Jets here. That is a nice underlook once again. The Kraken offense being absolutely pitiful, and yeah, they don't have any game breakers, and I totally expect the Jets to shut them down, just like they shut down the Canucks in the last one. So yeah, I don't expect any other kind of result than what the Winnipeg Jets have played against the Canucks. So yeah, Jets in every which way.
Yeah, I'm realizing here I did already bet the Jets puck line plus 122. So maybe I won't do that parlay, but yeah, puck line plus 120. As long as it stays.
Why not more?
Yeah, pour it on the Jets.
Don't be a moron. Put more on it.
There we go. All right, down to 8 p.m. again here. Got the Chicago Blackhawks plus 200. At the Nashville Predators minus 245. Predators on the puck line at plus 105. Under 6.5 minus 135. Another juicy total. Over 6.5 plus 114. Joel, who do you like here?
Yeah, another favorite I got to go with. The Blackhawks are absolutely just ridiculously bad. I mean, if you look at their goals against per 60 in the last month or so, 4.1. The second worst, the Kraken at 3.13. So almost a full goal worse than the second worst team over the span. That's a full 15, 16 game sample size. So yeah, the Blackhawks are really bad. Bedard's finally getting it going, but he looks miserable, more depressed after every game. He doesn't like losing. You know, he's won wherever he's gone. He's doing his part, but the rest of the team are not doing theirs. So yeah, Predators, I think they roll here. They're playing well. Like they've been playing decent over the whole course of the season. They've just been pretty unlucky in a lot of these games. Their PDO is really bad, which has a lot to do with that. Their shooting percentages in particular. So yeah, Predators is coming off a nice win against the Knights. And yeah, I think they keep it rolling against the miserable Blackhawks who just allow goals to you, me, and your cat on a leash. So give me the Preds here. -1.5, +105. I think the Predators roll. This is another one to think about parlaying with the Jets.
Yeah, I got 245 here. It's inching up to that minimum 250 there. I like the cat on the leash pull there. Deep cut there. I like it. Yeah, Preds here. Only way you can possibly look. You can look at the records. Both teams have 14 wins. Maybe take a stab at the Blackhawks here at 2-1, but I can't do that. Look at Preds team total over 3.5 is -130. If you want to kind of split the difference between the money line and puck line there, could get like a 4-3 win. Like that's not too bad. Race to 4 is +105 as well. If you're into that, because Chicago has been scoring a few. Nashville has had a few down games here and there, but big game against Vegas there, 1-5-3 at home. I think Marchessault at least had a point in that one. Not sure if it was a goal or an assist there against his former team. Nashville might be turning a corner-ish. I mean, they're not going to be as shit as they were in the first half, but don't know if they can make a playoff push or anything like that. But yeah, for this one, Preds puck line, maybe Preds team total. Can't bet Chicago right now.
Oh, speaking of points and player props, whatever. What did I say about Kucherov? People are making fun of me.
Kucherov,
Cole in particular. He's Joel doing the he's due argument. Well, what the fuck? Kucherov did score against the Devils in that game, so of course I didn't bet it, but maybe somebody out there did. Took my advice and cashed on that Kucherov. I think it was a breakaway, nice goal. But yeah, again, he looked totally snake bit again against the Bruins. So once again, he's just he's getting unlucky. I think he's still due. He's still due.
He had a 2-goal game the other day. I'm not sure if that was against the Devils or who that was against. And then last night sucked because they healthy scratched Braden Point because he missed a meeting. So then he didn't have his center. So they're already a team that's very top heavy. So you take Point out and fucks them over. All right, down to 8 p.m. again here. You got the Calgary Flames +114 at the St. Louis Blues -135. Total is set at 5.5. Both the over and the under are at -110 here. Two teams that I hate to bet, two teams you hate to bet. I'm not sure what we're going to say here about this one. Dustin Wolf is getting kind of some love in the Calder conversation, people talking about it, but the odds are still 40-50 to 1. Like, people are like, oh, you compare goalies to every goalie in the league. You compare forwards to other rookies. Well, yeah, that's just how it works, unfortunately. There's not normally more than one rookie goalie, if that, to like, you can't have an award for him. So maybe they'll throw him a bone, make him a finalist. But yeah, that's all to say for this one. I really have nothing. I guess maybe, if anything, the under 5.5 -110, depending who does start. Wolf and Vladar have both been decent for Calgary. This is a weird back-to-back, both games in St. Louis. I'm realizing that now. St. Louis won 2-1 on Tuesday night. Now St. Louis hosts the Flames again on Thursday night. That's a very weird situation here. But yeah, so hard to beat a team twice in a row. I'm not betting this.
Right, I'm there with you. But I'll take anyone's action if they want to bet Dustin Wolf for Calder. I mean, 40-50 to 1, I guess that's a little better than like he was, he was even like 6 to 1 at one point, which was absolutely ridiculous. He's never going to win. Should be 5,000 to 1. So, I mean, I guess he could win if all Celebrini, Lane Hudson, Michkov, even Stankoven, if they all get injured, okay, maybe he can win. But that's the only way. That's his only path. But anyway, I do like a bet in this game. I like the under 5.5. The first game was highly low event. There were fewer than 4 expected goals in that one, all situations, and I don't expect it to be any different here. Dustin Wolf didn't even play that one, right? I don't know if you mentioned that.
No, it was Ladar. Yeah.
Ladar. So we got the better goalie in that for the Flames, and expect it'll be Bennington here for the Blues. So yeah, under 5.5. I did bet that. The side, I kind of want to throw the Flames into our round robin parlay, but that's just gratuitous. I don't know, superfluous. I don't know, but I do want a 4th team there. I'm cooking this thing up, but we'll table that for now. Kind of like the Flames a little bit, but yeah, I haven't bet that. I just bet the end of this game. I think there'll be another boring affair.
Yeah, digging in here to the expected goals against per 60 past 10 games. Blues are second, right there behind the Jets, and Flames are 4th. You got the Jets, Blues, Oilers, and Flames. So, and past 25 games, you got Flames 5th and Blues 6th, both at 2.18. So maybe I'll join you there on the under.
The Slim Jim.
Yeah. All right, down to 9 p.m. here. I got the New York Rangers at the Utah Yotes, both teams at -110. Over 5.5 is -122. Under 5.5 is +102 here. I'll take this one again because we have the Avs and Canucks coming up. I'll throw your way, but once again, I don't really have much for either of these teams. The Yotes have definitely fallen off a bit in the past 10 games. They've only won 2 of them. Coming off a home loss as -146 favorites to the Canadians. Rangers, they look decent there in Colorado. I ended up betting the Avs live in the 3rd period. They were good to kill off that overtime power play there. And Devin Taves coming through once again with the overtime winner here. They've been playing some good teams tough. Overtime win against New Jersey, big win in Vegas, overtime loss against Dallas. They're definitely the better team. So in a pick 'em, if you have to take the Rangers -110. And I would go with the under as long as Shesterkin is starting +102.
Pretty crazy line if you think about it, how these teams were rated to start the season, and the Rangers just had to pick them after how well they played. Tells you where their market rating is. So I'm staying away from the side. Kind of like the Rangers. They've been playing a lot better since I don't know what since. Well, just recently. Nothing really happened, but clearly something changed because they've been playing better than they were to start the season, but they still give way too many chances off the rush. So I love the over. I love the over 5.5, -122, over 6. I played that at even money. I think we'll see a lot of goals in this one. I know Vejmelka, he's already confirmed, and he's been a sneaky good goalie this season. He's like a top 5 in some metrics, and Shesterkin, we know about him. So if the over fails, it's because of goaltending. But if you look at these teams' defensive numbers versus their offensive numbers, the worlds apart. Rangers are fucking terrible defensively. Hockey Club, terrible defensively. But offensively, they're both top 10 easily. Rangers top 5 even in some respects. So I like there'll be a lot of chances of this game. If we get goalied, so be it. But yeah, I do love to see 6, 7, 8 goals in this one. I think, there we go. I moved the line. -125 now to the over 5.5. So yeah, get on that as soon as possible. Yeah, I think we'll see a lot of goals in this one because both teams are not good defensively, but yeah, a lot of dynamic talent up front. So the only way this fails is if Shesterkin and Vejmelka play up to their elite level. But we know that goaltending doesn't really matter.
Yeah, we got Trevor in the chat saying I have DGen blood running through my veins.
Yeah, let's
get that 3-pick round robin. No, I'm gonna say now we got the Wild coming up as like +190 dogs in less than half an hour. Gustafsson against Pickard. Oilers could be looking ahead to tomorrow night. So if you're watching live, want to throw that in there. It's I don't hate it. I think the Wild have definitely been undervalued as home underdogs. You want anything?
That's not part of my official one. No.
Well, no, it's not an official one.
I don't even know who the fuck's playing tonight. Who's playing? We got the Sabres are up 3-1.
Well, Sabres up 3-0, and then it's just Oilers Wild. That's it. Yeah.
Oh, and the Oilers play the Avs tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Down to 9:30 here. Speaking of those Oilers, Edmonton Oilers +110 at the Colorado Avalanche -130. Over 5.5 -135. Under 5.5 +114. Joel, take this one.
Right, yeah, it's a terrible spot for the Oilers. I know they're playing their inferior goalie tonight with Pickard, but even with Stu Skinner net tomorrow, it's not a good spot. Going from St. Paul to Denver, not ideal. Going to altitude after playing tonight against a tough, physical, hardworking Wild team. Just awesome spot for the Avalanche. Don't want to sound like too much of a homer. I kind of like the Oilers, but I totally forgot they were playing tonight. But I'm going to fucking cash that out now. You know what? I totally forgot. It's a good thing I bet it at a book where I can do that. I actually did bet the Oilers, but yeah, my bad. I did not know they played tonight. So yeah, and with that makes the line a lot more sensible. Because I thought getting the Oilers at a dog price because they are the better team still, a lot more depth, and the way that Draisaitl is playing now, unreal. Oilers only lost like one game in the last 7 or 8. They're in fine form. Avalanche, yeah, they won against the Rangers, but I didn't think that they were equal to the Rangers. I wouldn't say that they outplayed them or anything. It was a pretty close one. So yeah, it's just the spot. The situation just tells you to put the Avalanche now. Minus 130, I think is pretty good. You never want to go to Denver on a back-to-back. The altitude fucking gets you the thin air out there, especially after playing a tough team like the Wild. So having said all that, yeah, the Avalanche looking pretty good. The total seems ridiculous, especially when they give this over 5.5 minus 135. Doesn't make any sense. There's like 6.5 other places. I don't get it. Yeah, you think the Oilers Avs games tend to go over, but the last 10, 7-3 to the under. You think that both teams with extreme firepower that generate a lot of offense and whatnot, that there'd be a lot of goals, but no, I'm staying away from the total, but because it's reflected in the line. Like it should be 6, and I guess a lot of those unders are probably there are probably a few that were lined at 7 over the past few years, considering the way that they played, right? So you can't read too much into that. So staying away from the total. It's very tempting to bet the over, considering the offenses of both teams, but not doing that. But Avalanche right now, I think, is the way to go. Fuck, I gotta find my phone and cash that out.
Yeah, I like the Avs here, minus 130. If you like the Avs, bet them as soon as possible. If you like the Oilers, wait till puck drop and bet them, or bet them before you fall asleep and pass out for the day. And make sure you get your bet in there. Oilers are 4-4 on the second half of back-to-backs. 3-0 as road underdogs, 3-1 as underdogs on the season. So yeah, if this price gets up there, I mean, I definitely can't fault anyone taking the Oilers at plus 120, plus 130 or better. But Avs minus 130 at home. They had 2 days off after the road trip to play the Rangers. Didn't really look too sharp in that one. Think they'll be sharp in this one. Get up for the Oilers, especially knowing they're on a back-to-back. So yeah, I like Colorado here, minus 130. Unsure on the total. I'm not playing minus 135. Maybe if it gets up,
we got to find another book for these fucking totals. It's useless to do over 5.5 minus 135. Who the fuck is betting that?
There's over 6 minus 110 at multiple books.
That's the real line.
So if you want to take that, I would take that if you don't want to pay too much juice. But I'm just taking the Avs here at minus 130. I wouldn't take them too much higher than that. Maybe minus 140. But if it gets up to minus 150, I will be staying away. I did see Gabe Landeskog took part in morning skate recently, so hopefully that's a good sign for the Avs.
For sure, yeah. He's been teasing us, teasing us the whole season long. But if he does return, I don't. It won't be till the playoffs, because they got to use that LTIR room for to add somebody at the deadline. Hopefully.
All right, down to 10 p.m. Last game on the docket here. Got the Los Angeles Kings minus 115 at the Vancouver Canucks minus 105. Under 5.5 minus 130. Over 5.5 plus 110.
Why?
Over. I don't see any books have a flat 6 yet. So that's the total. Joel, how your Canucks looking?
You're right. There are a lot of 5.5s just juice to the under of them. Yeah, get your shit together, books. Yeah, another Malinsky special here. Kings, great spot for them. A couple days off after the loss to the Oilers, they're equal. I thought there was a very competitive game. Tough loss there, just 1-0. Yeah, Kings, one of the best defensive teams in the league. Canucks, very defensive as well. So under 5.5 minus 130. This one, it makes sense. You can't just make it 5, I guess, because that'd be very juicy, considering 5 is such a key number in hockey. So this, I'll give a break for this one. But yeah, you can only look to the under, the way the Canucks are playing offensively, the way the Kings play defensively. Both teams excellent defensively, the goaltending has been outstanding. Expect to see Lankinen in this one. He's been playing well. Other than that, getting blown out in Winnipeg. Maybe Demko gets a start. Who knows with the Canucks goalie's situation these days? But either way, I like either goaler. So not worried about that. But yeah, the Kings here, minus 115. Just great situation for them. Like I said, Canucks coming back from that long road trip, coming back home. I know it's maybe they want like a revenge after getting embarrassed in Winnipeg 6-1. We got Hronik back, and the team is finally healthy. It's pretty shameful that they put that effort in after beating the Leafs there 3-0 after that bad travel spot. But yeah, Kings here minus 115. I do think they're the better team right now, and yeah, terrible spot for the Canucks. Canucks very bad home team this year. Overtime is highly appealing here. If it 3-1 or better, it's got to be better than 3-1. Yeah, I can easily see another Canucks overtime loss. Canucks been very good at just getting an overtime point and losing an OT or the shootout. But Kings here, that's what I bet. Under 5.5 is just a little bit too juicy for my board.
Yeah, I'm seeing Ty is plus 290 here on DraftKings, which is crazy to see. I don't know if I've seen any under 3-1.
Oh no, last week there was a game like that, probably an Isles game, but there have been a sub 3-1 bet there.
Yeah, I mean that's still a solid look, but yeah, got to take the Kings here. Completely agree. This is a game the Kings win and a game that the Canucks lose. And that's even before adding in the Malinsky special here. Not sure how the Canucks got up for that game in Toronto, but outside of that, 6-1, 2-0, 2-1 overtime, and the Kings, like you said, playing a bunch of low-scoring games there. They've only scored 5 goals total in their past 4 games, 3 against the Devils there before that. So yeah, under 5.5 minus 130 is a bit juicy. Maybe parlay Kings in the under, or I just have the Kings here minus 115. I think that will probably end up getting a bit higher, but I'd play them probably to minus 125 or so. Doesn't really matter to me which goalie's starting for whichever team. Kemper, Rittich have both been good for the Kings, playing very defensively. So, yeah, just got the Kings here at minus 115.
I'll tell you how they lost that game. It's because there's 2 reasons. First of all, the Leafs are very bad at performing at a level when they're expected to win. It's the same thing when the Red Wings came in there last year. They were just a few hours before the game started, and the Leafs lost that one. Like when they expected to win, they just don't show up. Like, oh, we're just gonna cruise. We'll just have to do our like minimum effort, and that's how we get it done. That's why they always lose to the fucking Sabres, the Sens, the Habs, because these teams get up for these games. And the Canucks got up for this game because everyone wrote them off. Like, okay, we only got a few hours of sleep here, a few hours of before game time, and yeah, they rallied around that, and yeah, totally fell apart in Winnipeg. But anyway, that's how the Leafs lose. Like that was a great spot for the Canucks. I just fucking wish I'd been able to wait for it because the line must have got pretty juicy there.
Let me see. According to covers here, they were plus 161. They closed that for the Canucks.
Yeah. And what did you bet the Leafs at? You removed the.
I hold on. I filtered it out. Let me put it back up there. I got the Leafs
at like minus 170, minus 180.
Oh, I had puck line plus 136. So
okay.
Right?
Yeah. Minus 190.
Yeah, around there.
So there wasn't too much line movement, but
no,
would have been nice.
Yeah, it's the David Ayres effect for the Leafs. They play down to their competition.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, that's the 13-game slate for Thursday, January 16th. There. Anything else before we get into our puck buck bets?
Nope.
All right, let's do it then. I've been putting my here as I've gone along. I've been going back to between 20 and 35 puck bucks per bet, depending on pretty much what the odds are here. So I'm not going to read out the puck bucks, just read out the bets. Got Lightning puck line minus 115, Blue Jackets minus 175, Red Wings plus 190, Devils Leafs under 5.5 minus 102, Capitals minus 110, Flyers plus 120, Canadians plus 200, Jets puck line plus 122, Avalanche minus 130, and then the Kings minus 115.
Right. Same for me, more or less. Just 20 puck bucks unless otherwise noted. Lightning minus 1.5, minus 115. Capitals minus 110. Capital Senators under 5.5 -102. Sharks Jackets over 6.5 -110. Devils -118. 30 puck bucks. Let's go big on that one. Devils Leafs under 5.5 -102. Let's do 15 puck bucks on Red Wings +190. Flyers +120, 15 puck bucks. Jets -1.5, 15 puck bucks +120. Canadiens +195, 15 puck bucks. Blues.
Did that come down to 195 or is that -200?
That's the live odds.
All right, I'll edit mine then as well.
DraftKings is going the opposite of sharper books, so fucking idiots. Blues, Flames, under 5.5 -110. Oh my word, I got a ton of bets.
Can we use a different card measuring contest again? Yeah, if there's a juicy 5.5, we can do a.
Let's call it even money at 6 for Rangers, Coyotes. Widely available. I see multiple books with that number.
+110. All right.
20 puck bucks. No. Even money. 100.
Even money. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And do I trust the Avalanche again? I mean, the line's got to go up.
Wait, you have under 6 at -110?
No. What are you talking about? Rangers, Coyotes over 6.5 or over 6.
Over 6. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said under. My bad.
All right. Yeah, whatever. Fuck it. Give me the Avalanche -130. And the Kings. We're going to go big on the Kings. 35 bucks -115. And to close it out, we're going to go with the first ever HTP DAW round robin parlay. Let's go with the the Red Wings +190. The Flyers +120. This is not official puck bets. We're just spitting this out here. Yeah, Red Wings +190, Flyers +120, Habs +195, and fuck it, the Flames +114. Even though that's the worst price in the market. Yeah, hopefully that works out. I'll have to put a little bit of money on that and see how it goes.
Well, for anyone watching live, I'm putting in with the Wild tonight. Instead of the Flames there. The Wild, the Flyers, the Habs, and the Wings. So hopefully that pans out for us.
All right. I'll have to bet the Wild out of solidarity. Fuck the Oilers.
Love to see it. All right. That is just going to do it for us. Got to an hour here. Only 2-man show, 13 games. Guess we had a lot of award talk there as well. Puck bets are around the hour 2-minute mark here. In the YouTube video, make sure you go there, subscribe, like, and comment. Leave us a 5-star rating and review on Apple and Spotify. And yeah, make sure you get in the Discord, sg.pn/Discord. I am Ryan Gilbert. You can follow me on Twitter at rgilbertsop.
And I'm Joel Martin. You'll find me shouting out One Sharp Shark, old friend of the podcast. He's been on here before for hassling and trolling the guys on the flagship show, Sports Gambling Podcast. He's been in there, the NFL playoff stuff, just bringing up hockey bets and shouting us out. So I got to shout him out back in return. Love that guy. And yeah, I'll be seeing him in a month. I'll see you in San Francisco, buddy.
See ya. Fuck Archer.